Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to my studio. In this video, I want to show you some tips and tricks for getting started making one of the projects from my brand new book, 24 Crochet Hats, Interesting Techniques and Inclusive Sizing for Men, Women, Children, and Babies. Let's get started. Okay, we are definitely in the home stretch now, and I'm super excited to show you the magic of turning this flat motif fabric into a three-dimensional hat. It's super cool. Please feel totally comfortable pausing this as many times as you need and going back and forth, following along with the chart and the written instructions, because all three together are really what's going to help you understand and have a successful experience at this. So we're going to do that last chain 5 and single crochet in the last chain 5 space here to do our partially completed triangle motifs at the top here. And now we're ready to, so we have those chain 7 spaces in between each of these motifs. We also need one to be in between these two motifs as we turn this into a hat. So what we're going to do is fold the hat in half. So here's the back side of what I just showed you. Fold the whole thing in half with the right side facing up, right side facing out. The wrong side would be facing in at this point. And now to replicate a chain 7 space and join from the last motif, which was 28. Let me just double check my numbers here. Yeah, that's motif 28. We now want to join to motif 22 at the top of that triangle motif row. We're going to replicate that chain 7 with a chain 3 and then treble crochet in the chain 4 space on motif 22. Okay, so now we have the beginning of our crown completed, and we're in the top center of that chain 7 space. We now want to join it to all the other chain 7 spaces in the middle. Here we're going to insert our crochet hook into the 4th or center chain of each one of these chain 7 spaces, just like we do when we're joining them, right? When we're joining in the corner of these motifs, we're kind of doing the same thing, but we're cinching them all together because we're doing it at once. So we're going to join all of these additional chain 7 spaces together by joining in that 4th center chain. Yarn over, pull through all of them. And so now I want to try to show you how cool this is. All of those triangles actually come together now, which is perfect. Square motif, we needed one side to join the tops to create a flat crown, and that's how we're able to create that crown that works beautifully with the square motif. So now all that's left to do is to finish up that side of the first column of motifs. The only difference is we're also going to be joining at the same time to the adjacent side of motifs here. So that would have been the last column to our first column. So we'll fold that in half again, and now we're going to work. We're gonna have to slip stitch down that last treble crochet that we worked, which is the last chain 7 space, right? So we'll slip stitch down to get into that chain 4 space here, and then it's a chain 5 before coming to this chain 4 space, but it's going to be joining to the adjacent one. So chain 2, slip stitch. All of this is spelled out in detail, chain 2, in the pattern as well as in the chart. So you'd be very helpful at this point to pause the video and look at both of those as well. And then we're ready to join at the chain 7 space here. So it's chain 3 and slip stitch into the center chain of that chain 7 space, but also where 2 of them were joined on the other side of the hat. Chain 3 and single crochet in the next chain 4 space on the next motif. Then chain 2, slip stitch into the center of the next chain 5 space on the adjacent motif, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 4 space on the same motif, chain 3, and then we're going to join within the center chain of the next chain 7 space on this side and on the adjacent side into the joined already 2 sets of chain 7 spaces. chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 4 space, and we're just going to repeat this all the way down. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please leave them for me in the comments. And everything we talked about today is linked in the video description below. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.